All right, so we have another Tuesday night at 7, or Tuesday live at 7, I should say. Welcome, 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 and we're going to wait for people to come in. And while we're waiting, let's have an intro. All right, so here we are at another Tuesday live at 7. Tuesday live at 7. Still waiting for some people to come in. All right, so now that we're waiting for people to show up and for people to come in, have anything you want to share with us?
Like what?
I don't know. I just thought I'd put you on the spot and see if you wanted to share anything.
Sure. Looking forward to putting in a fall garden.
Okay, yeah, fall garden. That's something to be excited about. Oh, we have someone watching. All right, let's take a look.
Gotta go up.
All right.
Oh.
No one's chatting yet.
Welcome.
Still waiting. Yeah, welcome, whoever it is. Waiting for people to come on in. Oh, Two Wild Onions Homestead. Welcome.
Hello.
All right. Okay. All right. So welcome to Wild Onions. Says that look though, Miss K.
I'm excited about your new kitchen. I really think you should do a video on it so we can see how you're fixing it up and everything. I would be excited to see that.
All right. So still waiting for people to come in.
Oh, how about you?
Oh yeah, putting her on the spot. Yeah, she wasn't expecting that.
I'm like, what am I supposed to say? We didn't talk about anything like this.
See, usually, we come in here, we have nothing prepared. Just like today, we have nothing prepared. But normally, it's me. I'm the one who comes up with something. It's like, hey, let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. But I decided to put her on the spot and just to see what would happen. So, all right. So, still waiting for some people to come in. Let's
We have
see.
3 now.
Yep, I have 3. All right. Oh, one thing I do want to talk about. I've been talking about it all of our live shows, at least once or twice, is that we are doing a giveaway, and it seems like not very many people are signing up. That's right. It's a giveaway, and maybe they don't like the books. Maybe what we're giving away isn't valuable enough, although I think it's very valuable. If you want, go ahead and get those books, honey, so we can take a brief look at them again.
We can add to them.
But it's just so simple. All that anybody has to do is pick a video off of our channel that you really like and share it on one of your social media platforms and send me the link to that share to my email, microfarmstarter@gmail.com. microfarmstarter@gmail.com. And then once you send me that email and I see how many places you've shared it to, you get an entry into the contest for every single one of them. And if you like more than one video on our channel, say you like several videos on our channel, you can share it to the same places, and then that counts as additional entries. And if you know anything about when you're in a contest or trying to win a contest, the more entries you have, the better chance you have at winning. And right now, we only have a few people who've actually signed up. So,
I'm willing to add that to it.
really, that's kind of spur of the moment.
It's an idea.
My wife is throwing this in as an incentive. This
It's
is
not that big a deal.
it's
but
a hot pad, toothbrush rug hot pad. Really good for putting your pots on and everything. Really nice, really pretty. I kind of like this one, actually. I'm partial to blue, just so you know. I like blue.
But
So
you put it on your table, and
it's got a lot of blue on it.
you can put your casserole dishes on it right onto your table, so it doesn't burn your table.
So she's gonna we didn't discuss this at all.
I'm just offering it.
She's just saying, spur of the moment, she's gonna just throw this in there.
It's the other way.
So,
There we go.
oh, that's the best way to show it?
Yep.
Okay. She's just gonna throw this in there. I'm not against the idea, so now we just added to the giveaway something else. And, hopefully, the things that we're giving away are things that you actually are interested in. Right now we have 2 people that's entered. And one of those people has 4 entries.
Ooh.
So one of the 2 people that's entered has 4 entries. And there's only 5 entries total. Right? So only 2 people in the contest, 5 entries up to this point. You got a pretty good chance of winning if you enter. Right? A really good chance of winning. And it's really kind of simple. The giveaway will happen once we reach 1,000 subscribers. Right? Until we reach 1,000 subscribers, we're not going to be able to do the giveaway. And the way this is set up is if you share videos off our channel that you actually do like, and you share them to your other platforms, your friends, your family, share with them what you like about our channel, and then they come and they watch videos on our channel, and they may choose that they like it. They might choose to subscribe. So I think you can see how this is starting to develop. As more videos get shared, more people are likely to subscribe, which gets us to the 1,000 people sooner. And then once we get to the 1,000 people, we can do the giveaway. Where did everything go? I'm just getting started.
But anybody else?
No, nobody else. Okay. So we're still waiting for people to come in, and feel free to chat so we know that you're here.
Yeah, when you come in, just say hello. We'd
So
appreciate that.
this brand new, this is being added to the giveaway. This is a really nice hot pad. So
This is a toothbrush rug. I hand wove it.
this is handcrafted.
It's 100% cotton sheets
Right.
that I rip up and then I link together and weave into rugs and hot pads and different things.
Looks very nice, and also it is very functional. And my wife made it, so it's genuine homesteading right there. So there's that. And we also have a book called 5 Acres and Independence. 5 Acres and Independence. So it's a pretty thick book. It's semi-rare. I mean, it's not super rare, but it's been out of print for a long time. This right here is actually a reprint. But the good thing about it is it's information from a long time ago. And if you've been following homesteading for any length of time, you should know by now that some of the best ideas in homesteading happened about 150 to 200 years ago. That's right. A lot of the best homesteading ideas happened 100, 150, 200 years ago. One example would be a ram pump. Who knows what a ram pump is? Right? Until I got into homesteading, I had no idea what anyone would be talking about, what a ram pump would be. But what it is they take these different valves, check valves, they put them together in such a way that they have enough downforce of water coming from a water source, it can actually pump water uphill without any power. No electric, no gas. It's an off-grid solution, and it's something that's been around for over 150 years. Old technology that no one uses anymore, but it's a great idea and something that can really help you in your homestead. So, ideas like that, it's really important to have these types of books. So you can learn some of the things that were passed down throughout the centuries that one generation or 2 generations, they decided not to pass it down. And if it wasn't for books like this, a lot of these things would be lost forever. So I just wanted to put that out there, but this book has got a lot of things in it. You want to say something, honey?
I was just gonna look at
The titles,
the original.
all original printing. It's got a copyright of 1935, right? But this is a reprint. Okay, first printing.
That's the.
Yeah, no, this is the reprint. Is 73.
Yeah, this one's.
So
yeah.
1935 looks like the earliest copyright date.
But it has a lot of old information.
But it's got a lot of good old information in there, and I think it'd really help out any homestead. And we're going to give it away. A really nice book. It talks about greenhouses, cold frames, hotbeds. Talks about different manures. Talks about using lime, compost, cropping systems. Talking about tools, fruit tree pruning, how to prune fruit trees, different principles, applications, methods, what's good, what's bad for different types of trees that you're pruning. How to graft. This teaches you how to do grafting on fruit trees. A lot of really good things in here. Transplanting, seeds and seeding, vegetable crops, things about strawberries, grapes, bush and cane fruits. Just a really nice book, a lot of good information, and it's designed around the idea of making the best out of 5 acres. And, you know, a lot of times people don't even have 5 acres, but I think if you even have, you know, even 1 acre, even less, if all you have is a backyard, I'm sure you're going to find something out of this book that's really going to help you out quite a bit. Because there's so many topics, and it's a lot of information. And like I said, I'm really in favor of information that's been around for a long time. So that's the first book. The second book we have is called The Self-Sufficiency Specialist. Now this one doesn't have as much information, but it touches on a lot of topics, and it has a lot of illustrations. A lot of good illustrations. So if you're a visual learner, if you have to actually see something, then this might be something that would help you out quite a bit. Talks about off-grid water, off-grid energy, wood-burning stoves, solar collectors, recycling waste, how to keep animals, how to keep bees, all kinds of different topics with a lot of really well done illustrations. Okay, so we're giving that away also. And we're also giving away Cut Your Spending. It is a book about frugality, and you might think that, well, this is probably out of date. But actually, the mindset, getting that mindset of saving money, getting a frugal mindset, that's something that's been around for a long time. And you're still going to get that out of this book. If you don't have a frugal mindset, if you have money and you're used to say, well, the money's in the bank, I've got to spend it, right? Reading books like this might help change your mindset so that you can leave that money in the bank and not spend it. And actually be frugal and spend less money, save up money, and that's what this book is good for. So all 3 of the books are being given away, and we're also giving away a hot pad. Also want to welcome Rocky Homestead. Welcome.
I was just wondering about this is around canning season. If anybody have a particular favorite way of putting food up for this for the winter, I thought that'd be a good question.
That you're asking our audience?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my wife, Mrs. K, is asking you, what's your favorite preservation technique? Is it hot bath canning, pressure canning, fermenting, freezing, vacuum sealing, dry storage? What is your what's the preservation technique that you like to use?
And what's your favorite thing to put up?
Right, what's your favorite thing to put up? So if you can put that in the comments, And so far, there's not been a whole lot of comments, but that's okay. I will say that we've been out of commission for a while.
And it is summertime. A lot of
Right.
people are busy in the summertime.
Right, so we've been out of commission, so we've kind of fallen off of people's radar a little bit. So now we're not getting as many people in our lives, which is fine. I kind of expected that to some degree. And I just want to talk briefly about that. That's mainly my fault, right? And it's my fault, but it's kind of not my fault. I've been dealing with a situation. I've talked about it before. I have a hard time putting thoughts together sometimes. My energy level drops tremendously. And there's a lot of times I want to get out and make videos. And there's some videos that we've made that I haven't sat down and edited yet. Because, well, I don't know. Have you ever tried to edit videos with brain fog? Have you ever tried to do that before? It's not very easy to do. So I just want to say that that's the main reason why we've been kind of out of it. There's been other things going on, but I'd say that's the number one reason. If it wasn't for that, I probably would have had some videos out by now.
Maybe we should check and see if we're even. Oh, we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because nobody was commenting. I thought we have lost the feed before.
Yeah, I know that, honey. But you have to realize that there is a delay, probably about a 2 or 3 second delay. Whenever I say something, it's about 2 or 3 seconds before they hear it, and it's probably going to be a little while for them to type something in. So, okay,
Carl.
so Carl says, "Hi all. We pressure can most of our storage, but fermented okra is our favorite."
Oh,
Okay, I've never heard of that one.
I've never heard of fermenting okra.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that does sound interesting.
I like okra. I never liked okra until I married my husband, and where we were going to church, we had a dinner after, and someone started making okra all the time in stews and things like that, and I started eating it. I really liked it. So now
Well,
I
I was
love.
putting it in stews too.
Yeah, us too. You too. But I first started eating it after church.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of, my family growing up, I knew about okra. The only way when I was younger I could even eat it was in stews. My mom, she would actually fry okra in the skillet. I never really liked it that way. But one thing that you'll learn as you get older is that your tastes do change. And things that I did not like when I was growing up, I ended up liking when I got older. So, fried okra, I've had it since I've, been mature, and it actually tastes better to me now. So I actually kind of like fried okra, but I still prefer it mostly in stews. And I got a story behind that.
They said we're missing out.
Yeah, missing out on the fermented okra. But I have a story behind that about the okra. Is I was staying down in Texas, down around the Houston area, and staying down there with some friends. I was living in my RV at the time, and a friend of mine was living in his school bus. He had a self-made schoolie, and I was in a RV, and he would come over for breakfast in the morning, and we'd talk and have breakfast and things like that. And then I got the idea that we could make a stew, right? A vegetable stew. And he said, "Well, really, you think you can do that?" I said, "Yeah, I got a stock pot. I've got a hot plate. We can make a nice vegetable stew." So then he took us to the store because my car wasn't running at the time. We went to the store. He bought most of it. He's like, "What do we need?" I was like, "Well, we could use some vegetables." And he'd go pick up a bag of frozen vegetables. And I said, "Okay, we need this." And he'd get that. And we need some beef stock. And he was just buying most of the ingredients. I think I bought a few things. And it was basically beef stock, a bunch of different vegetables like corn, green beans, okra, and tomatoes, and use your basic vegetable soup. All those things in there, and I think we even put some kind of beans that were in it as well, and jalapenos. Put some jalapenos in there. Well, this is where the story really happens. We made the stew, and then the stew was getting down a little low, and he's like, "Oh, it's kind of sad we're not going to have the stew anymore." I was like, "What are you talking about? If we get some more ingredients and add to it, we can bring it back around again." So then we added to it, and it was a whole full stock pot all over again, and we served that. And we basically kept recycling the same stew for about a week. Now, after about a week, I was like, okay, we have to put this stew to rest. He's like, oh, really? Come on. Let's keep it going, right? I was like, no, you don't understand. Some of the original stew might still be there. And eventually it's going to go bad, so after this time, it's done. But basically, we ate the same stew for over a week. Not just us, but the whole church. And everybody loved it. And it seemed like every time we remade it, it tasted better each time around. Right? So, whenever I was thinking about okra, it kind of reminded me of that story. Anyway.
You're so funny. Lumberjack from Two Wild Onions Homestead said, hey, hello, this is Lumberjack. I'm enjoying your channel. I'm so glad you're enjoying our channel. I really like your channel too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and if you want to share some of our videos, we'll put you into the contest for sure. Okay, Rocky Homestead says they like to do freezing. They put squash and green beans in the freezer, and he also cures his own pork.
That's interesting. I like that.
So that's good. So I guess by curing your own pork, that also would include bacon. Yeah.
We've been having problems finding the perfect bacon.
Well, our problem is we keep trying to buy the cheap bacon. So that's the reason why it's hard to find good bacon. We actually had a pretty good source for bacon. We were actually getting 10 pounds of bacon for, I think it was $24. So it's like $2.40 a pound. And that was actually pretty good bacon. It had a good flavor. It wasn't always consistent.
Yeah, it was thick sometimes. It was thin sometimes.
Sometimes it would taste smoky.
Sometimes it'd be really smoky and really good.
Yeah, and sometimes not. But it was cheap. We could afford it. And then anyway, we lost that source. We no longer have that bacon.
The store went out of business.
Right, in our area. So now we're on the hunt for another bacon source that we can afford. I think we found one, but it's a little bit more expensive. It's like $4 a pound. I can't afford the $12 a pound at Whole Foods. I can't afford that stuff. But anyway, hopefully maybe we can have pigs and actually have the best bacon is the bacon you make yourself.
That would be
right?
nice. That would be nice. But Lisa from Two Wild Onions, what's your favorite way of preserving food? I know you just put up a bunch of canned goods this past week or so. What's your favorite thing to put up, and what's your favorite way to do it?
All right. Looks like one of them from Two Wild Onions is saying, try beef bacon. You'll never go back.
Ah.
I've never heard of beef bacon.
Yeah.
Now, we know about turkey bacon. Not impressed.
No.
Not impressed with turkey bacon at all.
Oh.
But beef bacon, I think it's got a real shot.
We went to Dublin, Ireland, for an outreach, and about four years ago. And when we went over there, we bought all our food from the grocery stores. And big difference. I mean, the food is natural. There's really no need to put organic on things. Everything is raised the natural way over there. And the bacon was totally different. It was my husband's favorite way of eating it. It was really, how would you describe it? It was more meat than...
Yeah, it was a different type. It was bacon,
Mm-hmm.
but there is a portion of bacon that's actually cut off of the bacon in America, and it's what we would call Canadian bacon. It's like a round piece, like that.
Yeah.
And over there, they actually left that on the
They
bacon.
leave it on, yeah.
And it's just a big, huge piece of meat that's cured like bacon.
With still some of the fat, but yeah,
Right,
with
it
a lot more meat.
still has the same curing process and everything. So it does taste like bacon, but it's a lot more meaty because it's got the Canadian bacon included.
and he loved it. I wasn't. I like mine crispy, and so since there was a lot more meat to it, it didn't get as crispy, but crunchy. I like mine crunchy, but he likes his soft.
I like mine chewy.
And so it was his favorite way. It wasn't my favorite, but it was good. It was really good, and all their food was really, really high quality over there. You go into the grocery stores, and it big difference than our grocery stores over here. It was very high quality foods.
Yeah, over there, I mean, whenever we were there, I don't know if it's going to stay this way forever, but organic foods without pesticides and without all that stuff, that's just normal over there, right? They had strict regulations to keep the poisons from getting into their country. But now, I don't know, it's been a few years since we've been over there.
Yeah, it's been,
big money talks.
It's been about 4 years.
So you never know how long that's going to last, but when we were there, that's the way it was.
It was very refreshing. When we were going to the grocery stores, I remember paying attention to all of that
everything
stuff.
You don't see any organic labels because everything was organic.
Everything's organic. Yeah.
So it was really good, very healthy. Everything, like she said, a better flavor.
Oh.
All the fruit tasted better. Everything was tasting better.
Everything.
So it was very good quality food there while we were staying in Dublin. So we have Lisa from Two Wild Onions says the favorite thing to put up would be dried beans.
I've been really wanting to do that.
And canning them.
I've been intimidated by it, but you make it seem very easy. I've watched your video on it.
And they cure their own beef bacon. I'll throw that word beef in there. I think that's probably what they eat.
Well, no, she had done they had raised pigs a long time ago.
Well, he said beef bacon. You never go back.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming that's what they have now. So cured their own bacon. I'm thinking it's probably beef bacon. Many years ago, when they ate pork.
When they ate pork.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like pork. We don't have any problem with it.
But I understand why they don't. I understand.
But there are people who don't like pork, and everybody has their own reasons. If you're trying to eat kosher, you can't eat pork. That's just the way it goes.
That's why, yeah.
So.
Yeah. But the pork, the beef bacon, that sounds very interesting, though. The beef bacon.
Me, I'm more of a subscriber to the Noah diet. Because
Noah?
a lot of people don't understand, but before the flood, people were only supposed to eat fruits and vegetables, and that's it. Just fruits and vegetables. That's all that Adam and Eve ate in the garden, and that's pretty much all they ate. It was fruit and vegetables for the most part. But then at Noah, at the flood, then God told them to eat everything, right? Except for a few things. They weren't allowed to eat food sacrificed to idols, obviously, and they're not allowed to eat blood. Not allowed to eat blood. And people still do that today. Like someone might shoot a deer, and they take the heart out, and they drink the blood out of the heart. That's a big no-no. God is against that, and the reason why God said not to do that is because the life is in the blood. Okay. So the blood needs to go into the soil and be returned into the soil, into the earth, because the life is in the blood, and we're not supposed to drink the blood with the life in it.
They raised Muscovy ducks at Two Wild Onions homestead, and she said that they now cure duck. She said cure.
Yeah, duck bacon.
Duck bacon. That sounds interesting.
So anyway, what I was saying is that the Noah diet, is that you don't eat blood, and you don't eat food sacrificed to idols. And in the book of Acts, at the Council of Jerusalem, for Gentiles, that's who we are. I'm a
Gentile.
We're not Jewish. We're not Israelite. We are Gentiles. So for Gentiles, that's the diet that we're supposed to subscribe to. We can eat anything as long as it's not sacrificed to idols, and as long as we don't eat blood. So just want to make sure I cleared that up real quick. All right. And of course, if I wanted to eat kosher, I could choose to do so, and it'd be just fine.
The duck, the Muscovy ducks, I've been wanting to raise Muscovies for a long time. I heard that their meat is darker. Not darker. has more white meat, but is it still a dark meat? Muscovy meat? Is it still a really good tasty meat? Because they basically take care of themselves, is what I read up on them, and you had said something about that they basically take care of themselves and just roam around your property and you harvest them as you need them. But I've always been interested in Muscovy. They seem very easy to raise. They're different. Did you know that Muscovy ducks are different than all the other ducks out there? All of your Peking and your khaki Campbells and your runner ducks are all related to one ancestor, but the Muscovy duck actually comes from a totally different bloodline.
That's interesting. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Grandma Karen, Grammy Karen. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, yeah. And that's another topic I like to talk about, these type of things.
What?
But as far as where do all the animals in the world come from? There's millions and millions of species out there, right? So basically, if you know anything about dogs, we can talk about dogs for a minute. There are a lot of different variations of dogs, but not very many dogs are actually original species, right? Now, according to Ken Ham from Answers in Genesis, all the dogs, including the wolves, all go back down to one pair of dogs. Now, I would disagree with that. I think that's oversimplifying, and the reason why I say it's oversimplifying is that if you have two of the exact same kind and species of dogs, a male and a female, and they have offspring, what are they going to come out as? The same as their parents. And whenever they have offspring, what are they going to come out as? The same as their parents. And when they have offspring, what are they going to come out as? The same as their parents. In order for the speciation to happen, you actually have to have new genetics, different genetics. So I don't know how many original species there were. There doesn't have to be a lot of them, but if there were like 10 or 12, that would be believable to me. That way, that over the hundreds of years since the beginning, the thousands of years since the beginning, all those different species of the same kind intermixing with each other, creating new species called speciation as you go, then you have all the dogs we have today. And to me, that makes more sense than saying there's only one pair of dogs, right? So I think that's oversimplifying it when it comes to animals. So when we get back to the creation, Genesis doesn't say how many types within a kind that were created. It doesn't say it in Genesis talking about the flood either. But it's all theory. No one can prove it. So my theory is just as good as theirs is. But when you think about the haploid process and how that haploid process actually works, where you have half the DNA from the mother, half the DNA of the father are blended together to have the DNA of the offspring. Half of the DNA of the mother, half the DNA of the father was completely lost. And that happens to have different combinations and all these different combinations, but still half is lost, half is passed on. Because of that process, unless there is new genetic information, there wouldn't be more species, there would be less, not more, because information is actually lost over time. So because of those scientific reasons, I believe that there were more than one pair of dogs. I think that there probably were a wolf kind for all the wolves that are out there. There might have been another kind for the what we would call dogs. And then there's other types of dog-like creatures like hyenas and stuff like that that could have come from another kind. And there could have been several other ones. It's just theory. It's just guesswork. But it makes sense to me. Anyway, I hope that was interesting for somebody. All right. Besides, I like dogs. You like dogs? All right. So what do we have here? All right.
Just saying hello. Lisa said, or the lumberjack might have said that their ducks are.
It says cute duck. It says we now cute duck breast for duck bacon. It's amazing. But then
Sure.
they came back and said cure, not cute.
Yeah, cure.
But it might have been a cured duck, or a cured duck. It might have been a cute duck that they cured.
Muscovies aren't really.
You don't think they're cute?
Not Muscovies.
Well, that's all in the eye of the beholder now, isn't it?
Muscovies are. They have a lot of strong points. I think that they're very independent. They can scavenge for their own food and everything. You don't have to feed them.
Now, you mean if I had a little baby duck in my hand as a Muscovy?
A baby Muscovy duck is cute. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, they could have cured a cute duck. That would have been just fine. Oh, that's my computer acting weird. Okay.
Is there any questions for us? Anything new that you guys want to share? Any questions?
Yeah, we want to talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm as good at making things up as I go.
Yes. He always finds lots to talk about.
I try to. That's what a show is for. I mean, you have to make a show that people want to watch, not just watching it live, but maybe watching it later. You know, there's a lot of people, we notice that sometimes we'll get so many views during the live, and then over the course of the next couple of days, we'll probably double those views for people who watch it not so live. So I'll try to make the show as interesting as I can make it, so it's worth watching even later on. So that's why I try to keep the show going and keep the topics flowing. Hey, look at that. And it's not every day that my brain works this good.
He's having a really good day today, so yeah, which is a blessing.
Right. Now, I do want to say that we are somewhat sad to some degree because we were not able to make it to the Hootenanny.
We are actually.
We wasn't able to make it, and you know, we told the Pratt family, and they were very nice and very gracious about it.
Very gracious.
And they even gave us well wishes as we're going through these things that we're going through. And also, we were not able to make it to the Homesteading Life Conference.
And we really wanted to go to that too because we
Right.
told them we were going to, and we just weren't able to.
And they also extended their well wishes as well.
Very
So thank you
kind.
so much to Doug and Stacy for even inviting us there in the first place. We do appreciate that. And maybe next year we can go to some more of these conferences. But, you know, sometimes you have to make hard decisions. And sometimes the hard decisions are, do we expend all of our money and resources to go to these conferences about homesteading,
Which we love.
or do we use the money and resources to build up the homestead that we're trying to build up here?
Yep.
So that's really what it comes down to. Bills have to be paid, and you know, I'm just putting that out there. It's just something that we all deal with, right? So people have to make decisions. I mean, we could have overextended ourselves and gone to some of these conferences, but if we would have done that, we would have been behind for months to come, and we might not have recovered until February of next year. I mean, that's just what I was looking at. So we had to kind of pull back.
We had to rein it all in.
Got to rein it back from the conferences for a little while, allow ourselves to build back up,
Amen.
and to prioritize, come up with new strategies, and then build up a little bit. Then once we've built up, then maybe next year we'll be able to go to some of these conferences.
One thing I'm excited about is that, you know, our tomatoes are doing well out there, and
We planted those late.
we got them out in really late, and they're doing really well. Looks like we're gonna have a late harvest. By September, we should have a bumper crop of tomatoes. But what I'm really feeling blessed about is that this year the Lord has really blessed me. in different ways, using people to. I thought I wasn't going to have. Make a long story short, homesteading I thought might not ever come back around for me when I came to the Lord, and the Lord has truly blessed me with a husband who loves all that stuff just as much as I do. But I'd given up on having flowers and having herbs. I just wanted to have a garden. And this year the Lord has really blessed me. When I did the Daylily Farm tour, she blessed me with 6 beautiful daylilies of unusual types. And for doing the video, she wanted to bless me. I didn't imply. I didn't even try to get anything like that. I didn't want to impose on her, but she insisted on it, and that blessed me. Then my friend Lisa from Two Wild Onion Homestead, she blessed me for my birthday with some mint and some hollyhock seeds for like a promise of a flower garden next year, and that truly blessed me. And the mint is like a starting of my herbal healing, my apothecary garden, because mint is really good for your tummy and other ailments, and you can make lots of stuff with it. And so it's just really been blessing me how the Lord has slowly been blessing me with it. Oh, another thing, last year my husband blessed me with Egyptian onions and a rosemary plant, and
We've got time.
And we have thyme out there. Yes, thyme and oregano.
Well, we have about 13 minutes, but that's not the type of time I was talking about.
But anyways, let me finish.
She's growing time.
But the Lord has really blessed me this past year, and been giving me little blessings, and it's been encouraging. I mean, I thought, well, we'll just get some gardens in. I didn't expect to get flowers and herbs also, and it's been such a blessing this year to be blessed by others through, be blessed by the Lord through others. So I just wanted to add that. It's been a blessing this year.
So I'm going to try to get better at the videos. I do have some, I got some footage I have to go through.
Yep.
And, the way I like to do videos, to keep them interesting, if you watched any of our videos, maybe you can kind of see what I'm talking about, but I like to do my videos in a certain way. And I'd like to try to make them interesting. I like to try to do different things with the videos. I guess I could just take some flat video, slap it together, and put it up. And that's probably good for a lot of people. And I've thought about it, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I got to put myself into the work a little bit more. And to me, when I make a video, to me, it's a work of art. It really is. It's like a miniature movie that I'm working on. And that's the way I want to keep it. I'd rather do that. And just to see that part is paying off. Now, I know that we don't have 1,000 subscribers. And I know that other channels get to 1,000 subscribers maybe a lot faster than what we do. But I do want to share one thing with everybody real quick. Okay. We're at 820 subscribers. That's where we're at right now. And let's find out what our viewing hours are. Okay. All right, so as of right now, oh wow, check it out. As of right now, we've got 4,022 viewing hours. Woo! Yay!
Dear.
We just hit a milestone. We actually hit our 4,000 hours before
We got
reaching 1,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Before reaching 1,000 subscribers, we've already got 4,000 viewing hours.
Wow.
It's amazing. I knew it was going to happen that way. I just knew it. But what that's a reflection of is, sometimes people get subscribers in a lot of different ways, and sometimes people click that subscribe button because they're told to at the end of every video. Like, subscribe, click the little bell. Like, subscribe, click the little bell. Like, subscribe, click the little bell. And if you like to do that, that's fine. But I really don't like doing that in my videos. I really don't do that very much. If people like the content, they're going to subscribe eventually, right? But the reason why we've got 4,000 hours before getting 1,000 subscribers is because the people are watching our videos longer. They're watching them from start to finish. And because they're watching them longer, it was easier for us to build up our viewing hours than it was to get 1,000 subscribers. That's what it tells me.
We have a couple good videos that are bringing in our views too.
Yeah, actually, I do have. Let's look at my analytics just for a moment, and I'll share some of that with you. Looking at our analytics, and oh, I don't like this stuff here. Always trying to put this beta version on me, and I don't like the beta version, just so you know. All right, so now look at analytics. I want to come down here, and we do have our change or restring Cobalt 40 volt electric, my weed trimmer video that I made, and it's got 29,000 views. For our channel, that's pretty crazy.
Actually, it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not views.
Watch time.
That's watch time minutes. I'm sorry. It's got 29,000 watch time minutes. I was like thinking to myself, man, that really is high. No, let me see here. Yeah, as far as no, this is for the last 30 days. Let's put lifetime. I gotta put lifetime on here. Yeah, it's last 30 days. I gotta put lifetime. Then once I do lifetime, then that'll give me the real stats. That 29,000 minutes was just the past 30 days on that one video.
Well, that was a lot of viewing hours on just that video.
Oh yeah, it sure was. Okay, now these are the right stats. That video's got 43,948 views, and it's got 154,133 watch time minutes on that one video. So let's get out the calculator and find out how many hours that people's been watching that video. 154,133 divided by 60 equals, yeah, we got 2,500 hours on that one video. 2,500 hours on one video. So that's pretty amazing. I need to make more of those type of videos apparently. And the one that came in second place was my Husqvarna all-wheel drive push mower repair. That one has 43,000 watch time minutes and 8,709 views on that one. So maybe I just need to work on more of those repair and fix-it type videos, and I need to do more of those. That's what it's telling me.
Anybody asked us?
So let's go ahead and go back. So,
Okay.
People are watching our videos more, and I think that has something to do not just with the content, but also with the way I put the videos together. At least that's what I like to tell myself. So let's see what we got here.
Homesteading for me is thinking outside the box. I mean, homesteading.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says, I believe in homesteading. You should try to raise animals that if something would happen, you could afford to feed, like goats, chickens, even sheep, because they are mainly grass-fed animals. Yes, I do agree with that. That is really good.
I was talking about the Muscovy, so
Right.
Yeah.
And that was from Two Wild Onions Homestead. Thank you for that.
Yeah. She means homesteading because I already saw the correction.
Right.
Homesteading for me is thinking outside the box.
Right.
Yeah. What I love about her channel is that she grows a whole bunch of herbs, like basil and thyme and all the mint, and then she collects it, dries it in her dehydrator, and then puts it in jars and uses it throughout the year. And actually uses, I have had herbs before, and I'll just use them fresh. I've never chopped them off and dehydrate them. So I think that's a great idea to just fill jars up with your own herbs.
Right. One thing too is there is a lot still happening on our homestead as far as future. I do know that I'm going to be traveling to Israel, and I'm going to be gone for at least 10 days, but actually altogether, I'll probably be gone for more like 15 days. If you count everything from start to finish,
Yeah.
it's going to be closer to like 15 days altogether that I'm going to be gone. And at least 10 days I'll be out of the country. And at least 3 or 4 days we're going to be out of state. So we're going to go out of state. I'm going to go out of the country. And if we were to have a lot of animals that we have to take care of, we would have a hard time
That's why we're holding on.
finding someone to watch our homestead for us while we were gone. And that's just a reality of the situation.
Yeah.
When you're a homesteader and you have a lot of animals, it really is hard to get away. You really have to plan it, and it really helps if you have someone living nearby that is either a farmer or a homesteader that you're friends with that can agree to watch your farm while you're gone.
Yeah. Two Odd Onions, they have large lambs and goats, and so yeah, they know all about that. They don't get
Right.
off the homestead as much as they like.
Because the thing about raising animals is those animals depend on us.
Yep.
Those animals depend on you.
Yep.
So you're taking care of them. They're under your care. They get their food through you. They get their water through you. And they have automatic waterers, automatic feeders. But we all know that sometimes things can go wrong.
15 days is a long
Right.
time.
Sometimes that automatic feeder might get clogged up. Automatic waterer might not be working right. It might spring a leak. A lot of different things could happen if there's no one there at all to even look at it. So even with the automatic waterers and automatic feeders, it's still a good idea to get friends with someone who can actually watch things while you're gone, so that if something like that were to happen, they could address it so your animals don't die while you're gone.
Yep.
So that's just something you have to think about. So that's what's one of the reasons that's been holding me back from getting certain animals. It's kind of holding me back. And another thing is expense. I can't really afford a lot of things right now.
We're just trying
I'm
to get ourselves.
trying to get situated.
Yep.
I'm getting really close to being able to afford quail.
Yep.
Getting really close to that. So that'll probably be the first thing. And I'm trying to get close to being able to afford meat chickens.
And the thing about quail is you just don't get quail. You need an incubator too to keep things going.
Well, if you get the eggs,
Yeah.
right? If you do that,
And then
go
if
that
you're
route.
wanting to get them for meat and raise more meat, you
Right.
know. So yeah, it's not just getting a pen for them and getting all their everything situated. It's also you need an incubator to go with them too.
Right. So I've been looking at all that stuff, and we're kind of close to being able to start that journey. And I believe that the quail will work just fine. I'm still looking into some research, but I have a theory that I might be able to put all the quail in freezer camp before we leave, and keep back the fertilized eggs in an incubator, and have them incubating while I'm in Israel. And that maybe by the time I come back, they'll hatch, and we'll have quail all over again. But I have to do some more research. I got to make sure it's going to time out right. If not, we'll just do it the same way we did the first time. We'll put all the quail in freezer camp, wait till we get back, get some more quail eggs that are fertilized, and start over again. It's only 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So
It's not that big a
that's
deal.
not that big of a deal.
Nope.
Once they're hatched, it's only 6 weeks until they can lay eggs and you're back in full production.
Yep.
So it's a really good versatile animal to have, and if you want to pick up and go, it's something you can kind of clear the board and go, and then come back and start over, and it's not devastating.
Yep.
So,
We'd still have some meat in the freezer.
well, looks like we've reached the hour. It is 8 o'clock, and we want to thank everybody for coming out. And like I said, if you would, pick a video that you like, share it, send me a link in the email. Please send me the link in the email, microfarmstarter@gmail.com, and I will enter you into the contest, and you have a chance to win the 3 books. And what is that, honey?
A hot pad.
And also you can win the hot pad. Right? This beautiful hot pad. Who wouldn't want that? Right? And that's, if you win, and you can only win if you enter. And every time you share one of our videos on one of your platforms, and you can show me proof that you've done it in my email, microfarmstarter@gmail.com. 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 And you do that, send it to that email address, and I repeated it 3 times just so you know. And then I will enter you into the contest for every share, for every platform, for every video that you decided to share is a different entry. Like I said, we got 2 people in the contest. One of the people's pretty smart. They got 4 entries. One person's got 4 entries right now. Are you going to let them win it? Or do you want to win it? Get entered into the contest before it's too late. Help us get to 1,000, and then we'll do the giveaway. We are looking forward to it. So thank you so much for coming out. Have a good night, and God bless you.
Yes.
And got to look for this.